if I told you that in 2025, the world came together to prevent the next pandemic before it even starts? This is Kenya News Update today. In the next 4 minutes, you'll discover how global leaders chose cooperation over division, and what this historic agreement means for Africa's health security. But here's the twist. This breakthrough happened during one of the most challenging years the World Health Organization has ever faced. Meet Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the first African Director General of the WHO, a man who's faced pandemics, political pressure, and global skepticism. On December 25, 2025, he looked back at a year that tested every nation's commitment to global health. For Dr. Tedros, 2025 wasn't just another year, it was a turning point. The world was still recovering from COVID-19. New threats emerged weekly. And then, something remarkable happened. Countries that had been divided for years sat down at the same table. But here's what nobody's talking about. This agreement almost didn't happen. Political tensions, funding disputes, national sovereignty concerns. The negotiations teetered on collapse multiple times. And then, in a dramatic shift, 194 countries did what seemed impossible. They adopted the WHO pandemic agreement. Dr. Tedros called it a powerful example of what multilateralism can deliver when countries choose cooperation over division. Here's the part that will blow your mind. This wasn't just paperwork. This agreement creates real-time data sharing, mandatory outbreak reporting within 24 hours, and equitable vaccine distribution, especially for developing nations. For Africa, this changes everything. No more waiting for vaccines while wealthier nations hoard supplies. No more being the last to know about emerging threats. But the challenges didn't stop there. While Dr. Tedros celebrated this victory, Africa faced multiple crises simultaneously. Al-Shabaab remained a major threat to stability in Somalia and neighboring countries. Record rainfall flooded Moroccan cities. Roaming elephants killed 4 people in Kenya in just 1 week. And 5 people died in a Mount Kilimanjaro helicopter crash. Yet amidst this chaos, hope emerged. Somalis voted in their first one-person, one-vote local election in decades. Nigeria celebrated as a rescued teacher reunited with family. And Sudanese fans found hope in AFCON despite ongoing conflict. Here's the controversial part. Some say this pandemic agreement gives too much power to the WHO. Others argue it doesn't go far enough. The tension is clear. Do we prioritize national sovereignty or global security? But here's what's undeniable. For the first time in history, the world has a binding framework to prevent, prepare for, and respond to pandemics. And Africa, often left behind in global health initiatives, now has a seat at the table. The question remains, will countries actually follow through when the next crisis hits? Or will this agreement become another forgotten document? Do you think this pandemic agreement will actually protect Kenya and Africa from future outbreaks? Or is it just another empty promise from global leaders? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking global health stories that impact your life right here in Kenya.